Welcome, fellow lushes. Come on in, pull up a bar stool, and enjoy some cocktails with Dimples and the Beard.
Okay, we can start now. I know where to start. Right after you say crotch goblin. Crotch goblin. Crotch goblin.
Well, I'm gonna open the tavern because I want to
Crotch goblin.
try my Dirty Helen whiskey.
She had a crotch goblin. His name was Kevin.
Three of them. Three of them.
Crotch goblin. I've never heard that before in my life. Is that the first time you've ever said that?
It might be because I just heard it this afternoon for the first time.
Oh, so you fucking goddamn Amy Schumer. Just fucking
I stole it.
Carlos Mencia it
I
up.
stole it. Bigger than life.
I guess we're not getting Amy Schumer or Carlos Mencia on the podcast.
Maybe they can come on and defend themselves since they're and defend that you didn't tell us you didn't steal your jokes.
What
was the one joke Amy
stole from Louis?
to a train on the girl and they're all.
I've done that. We should probably be a little more serious tonight, considering who our guest is tonight. We try to stay out of the
serious comedian.
Start over. Nope.
Did you get the night mixed up?
What?
Did you get the nights mixed up?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I was going to say, normally we don't talk politics.
Oh.
But tonight, I'll bleep out where you said the C word. Tonight.
We're changing. We're taking a change. We're turning our.
Spit it out there, Gomer.
We're talking politics. We're talking serious. Let's get serious for a moment. All right.
When you put out the feelers to a presidential candidate,
wow, yeah,
and they say yes, they'd love to come on your podcast, you don't hesitate,
and then you switch your format and you talk serious.
And no, settle down. It's not Biden because it's 7:00 at night. We all know he's sleeping.
He's sleeping. He's pooped his pants already.
It's not Trump. He's busy in court right now. It is RFK Jr. joining us.
Can you believe it?
On the podcast.
What an honor. What an honor.
Yeah, and I don't want to give away politics. I
think it's because he heard what was our guest that was in love with him and went to see him and
Annie Temple. That's
masturbated.
It's our fucking connection.
Yeah, she did.
We owe Annie Temple so much. She got us Ella Hot Wheels and RFK Jr.
coming out.
Wait,
it'll have been out by the time you see this. It's out
already.
Out. It's a good one. It's a good one. Thank you, Ella. Great host of us at this stripperty joint.
Okay.
But RFK, back to serious. Get that out of your system. We got to get back to the serious politics.
Yeah. There's a lot of
we got some serious stuff to talk about.
There's a lot of issues facing this country and a lot of problems to solve. And I'm interested to talk to him about
see what his plan is. What is he going to do?
Yeah.
Turn this place around.
Yeah.
He needs to step up his game if he's going to win the election and turn this country around.
Well, he just showed up on Kill Tony.
So
big help.
Obviously this is bigger, but he's got to start somewhere.
This is yes. Kill Tony.
Started with Kill Tony. Now he's moving up.
Kill Tony will now be the second biggest podcast he's done,
which is good for him. Good for him. He's got to start somewhere. Well, thank you, RFK, for coming on. Boy, I got a lot to talk to him about. I got a lot of stuff.
To talk to him about.
Yeah, I got some serious stuff to talk about.
But what are you drinking right now?
Well, I haven't tried it yet, but we're ready to. I'm ready to dig into some dirty heaven.
Dirty heaven.
It's like heaven. It may be like heaven. Dirty Helen, my birthday gift. My birthday whiskey. Give it a whirl.
Give it a try. See what she's. Let me smell how dirty Helen is.
She's dirty.
Smells caramelly.
Yep.
Get a little caramel note out of that.
I didn't try warm, so I'm going to try over ice, and we'll try warm once the ice runs out.
This has been aged for no less than 2 years.
Ooh, you're going to hate it.
I'm not going to try it, so it doesn't matter.
You're going to hate it. You would hate it.
This is named after.
Wow. It's very, very tasty, but it's very strong. It's very strong.
This is named after the Good Time Party Girl, the notorious life of Dirty Helen Cromwell.
Well, that's definitely my mom. So
1886 through 1969.
Well, I guess I'm.
Oh, you can read the story in Helen's own. I'm gonna read this. I don't like to do this, but I want to read. Dirty Helen, the legendary, notoriously foul-mouthed owner of the infamous Milwaukee Speakeasy and post-prohibition saloon, the Sunflower Inn.
Perfect.
Helen met cunning millionaires, bank robbers, detectives, and gangsters as she hustled her way through the early 20th century criminal underworld from New York City to Chicago to San Francisco and every whorehouse, tavern, and mining camp in between. We celebrate her life the way she did with whiskey. Wow, I sound like, never mind. No ordinary whiskey will live up to Helen's. I sound like RFK Jr. No ordinary whiskey will live up to Helen's unique, larger than life persona. This 100% rye grain barrel strength rye is big and bold,
That's true.
just like Dirty Helen. I didn't even read that before we bought it, but if I did, this bottle could have cost $300 and I was still working on it.
Well,
Now we need to get the book, and we need that fucking book right there.
we gotta read up on Dirty Helen. Good for her. Good for her.
Let's do a podcast about Dirty Helen.
Well, let's find out if maybe some ancestors or some family members still own it.
Yeah, let's see
I'm
what
gonna
we can
search
do.
when we get done. I'm gonna search that bar. I don't never heard of it, but we'll get
it's
there.
Distilled and
It's
bottled
in Milwaukee.
in Milwaukee. Great Lakes Distillery. Let's go down to Great Lakes. Okay,
There's some things my mom didn't tell me. She went to college then, lived in Milwaukee before she got married,
well, field trip to Milwaukee. We're gonna go to Great Lakes Distillery,
and then that's where I was
and
born.
we're gonna talk to those people.
The great city of Milwaukee.
So we'll tell them they can be the official sponsor. And believe me,
Of the local.
the emails are coming in from the sponsors. They are eager to work with us.
Got to push them away.
Eager
Got to push
to
them away.
work with us.
But we're willing to listen.
But we haven't found a distillery yet willing to work with us.
Well,
So Great Lakes Distillery.
we can go with yeah,
I like it.
Dirty Helen. You can't beat it. That yeah, it's very, very flavorful, but it's compared to a lot of the other ones, like that whole
It's
I
kicking
would
your
say
ass.
the 4 that we tried that one night. This is stronger than all.
Ooh,
all of them.
what is this a big proof? Oh yeah, it's 62.9% alcohol.
The taste though is
That's what is that? That's 125 proof?
Helen, you do it. Wow.
That's the way it goes, right?
Something like that.
Holy shit.
Way to go, Dirty Helen.
All right, now I just gotta give it a little.
You want a glass?
Nah.
Look at you. Look at you. Bold and wow.
Helen had more hair on her balls than I do. Holy shit. That just cleared the nasal passages. What the fuck?
Told ya. So cannonball, another one.
You realize how small of a sip I took too?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Told ya.
You're
That's a punch.
I hope RFK gets here soon because you're gonna be drunk before he arrives.
I probably will.
I wonder if RFK would drink this whiskey with us.
I think he would. I think he's man enough to drink this whiskey. I think he's a whiskey drinker. What do you think?
Oh, he looks like a whiskey drinker. You
Doesn't
know
he?
what?
And a beer drinker with the boys and sipping the whiskey at night with
I want to know how he's doing because he just had a dead worm taken out of his head. He did.
What?
You didn't hear this story?
Oh,
Yes, RFK. He just had there was a dead worm in his brain. He just had it taken out. He's got a big fucking scar right there on his forehead. He had a dead worm in his brain.
how?
I don't know. Apparently, it's more common than
I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
How did you get a fucking worm in your head?
add that to the list of questions. I think his publicist said the worm was off limits. Don't ask about it. But fuck it. Once we got him here,
Oh, we're going to ask.
yeah, we
All right, nothing on this podcast. Nothing's off limits.
I told her.
We don't hold
I
back.
told the publicist we wouldn't.
Fuck them.
We're rebels.
We just go.
we're rebels. Where's our red button? We're rebels.
Now we're rebels.
Yeah. Where is it? Ah, holy shit!
Is that still going?
Ooh.
Still got you. Whoop whoop.
That
Kind of grabs you by the boo boo, don't it?
this is the kind of rum that the Saint Bernard should have in a fucking little.
Well, it's whiskey, but
What did I
close.
call it?
Rum.
I thought I said booze. Holy shit!
You are. We need to cancel. He's already fucked up. One sip of Dirty Helen. Try it now. He's already messed up. Wow.
This came straight out of her.
Hoo-hoo.
That is some strong juice. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm loving it even more.
Holy
I'm
shit.
gonna do a little research on my Dirty Helen. Woo! Woo! Till the meantime, before the guest gets here, let's do it nice and slow. And everybody, please like, subscribe, give us a comment about our impersonations, our whiskey choices, anything you want. We appreciate it. Share with it. Share with your mother. Share with your dirty Helens. Share with your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your enemies, your everybody.
I'm just waiting. Speaking of subscribers, did you see that subscriber count?
Woo!
Through the roof.
Through the roof.
It's jumping. People are watching.
They're drinking whiskey and watching our show.
Wait till they see who. Wait till this episode comes out.
Well, the bottom line is we just cannot leave a presidential candidate waiting.
So without further ado, Trump. No, wait, what? RFK Jr.
Junior.
Hello, sir.
Hello, what's up? Hi.
How we doing?
Good, all good.
So we're gonna start this thing just introducing the next president of the United States, RFK Jr.
Oh, of course.
Thank you so much.
That's me, RFK. You can tell. Just listen. Just listen with your ears. It's totally RFK Jr. here.
You're recovering well from the dead worm brain thing?
Yeah, I got worms. That's it's not, I have more in there. I only talked about one, but there's definitely some more in my head.
Now, going forward, will you be wearing a worm collar?
Going forward, I'll be wearing a helmet. Just for safety procedures.
Right.
And my uncle, we gotta get the helmet, so
Protect your head. Check your head. What is it? Check your head.
check your head, but same difference, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Well, we appreciate you breaking into your busy schedule and joining us tonight. Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem. I'm doing everything I can to get my name out there. I'll go anywhere. I'll promote any show. Just get people to vote for me. I don't give a shit anymore. I need the votes. So
it's true.
Yeah,
if you're on this one, you're doing them all.
Were your low point? Is this your proven low point?
Oh, I think it's gonna get even lower. I think it just keeps going. I don't think I was even invited to the debate. Today they're like they were gonna have a debate.
Yeah.
No one told me, so I'm gonna have to crash that, and I'm gonna have.
They're afraid of you, RFK. They're afraid of you.
They know I wipe the floor with them.
So since you can't go debate him, let's get your feel. What's your feelings on Joe Biden? Let's start with him since he's the guy in control.
Joe Biden, yeah, exactly. He's part of the elite. He's a puppet. They just use him. He's not really running the country. He's just what we see. He's been like that guy. He's been dead, he's like, since they elected him, he was never, he's been just a marionette,
Now, wait, is that conspiracy theory? Or, I mean, you probably have some insight. Is he really dead? Is this weekend at Bernie's going on?
Is this a clone?
Well, for considering, I don't want to get in trouble saying for instance.
Good idea.
So in that regard, he's practically dead, let's be honest, we've seen him.
Blink twice if he's alive.
Yeah, well, yeah. You can't even see my eyes that well. So
God, what so for the people out there,
yeah.
And when you get elected,
you're not going to let him talk about Trump first? I want to know his feelings on Trump.
Well, I mean,
what are you going to do different than Trump to turn the economy around?
Oh, okay. Yeah. again, I'm for any support, so I'm all about hitting up my boy Vladimir. I have him help me out. Have China. I don't care. Dude, we'll be friends. Just make me president. You guys already made Trump president once. Rig my election. Like, what's up with that, guys? Come on. Like, we already tried it with Don. Okay, it ended pretty crazy. Okay, won't be as crazy with me. Okay, I'll be with it. I'm a Kennedy. Come on, I have experience. My family, they built this country.
They did. They
Nobody
did.
respects us anymore. Okay,
That's
we lost respect.
that's right. So they always ask the incoming president, what's the first thing you're gonna do on day one when you get into the White House?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna take a dump in the presidential toilet. I'm eager to find out how that looks like. I'm sure it's elegant. I would be really upset if the presidential toilet is a regular toilet. I'm hoping for something
Like
extravagant.
like it's gold plated or something.
We'll play it, and today's technology better have the bidet and everything heated, change shapes.
Oh, it's padded and heated, I bet.
Probably talks to you, says good morning, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so that's gonna be cool. Then I want to have sex up there at the desk. This
Oh,
much, this much. I mean, I'm president. Gotta do
well,
it. It's really
on
cool.
the desk or somebody underneath your desk, either one. I mean,
Yeah,
Or both.
underneath the desk, we all know has occurred, but on
so there's
top of
plenty of
that,
room under there for somebody.
yeah, it's really spacious, I guess.
Was that a fat joke on Monica?
Yeah, yeah, like what, 25 years late. Yeah,
We're,
but
we're not we're not comedians here. It takes us a while.
She's looking good.
yeah, I just noticed all those pictures above you of all the different ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're all playmates, Playboy playmates.
really? Oh, cool. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you get elected, we'll send them to the White House.
Okay, yeah, I expect that. Yeah, I will get them the Medal of Freedom.
So you have a very beautiful wife, but I noticed you also picked yourself a pretty stunning running mate to maybe compete with the former first lady,
Oh, yeah, well, oh yeah, sorry. I forgot who it was for a minute, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nicole Shanahan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nicole
yeah,
Shanahan, that's
yeah,
right.
I'll be honest. I was in San Francisco. Well, I thought I was actually going for Kyle Shanahan, and I fucked up. But I was like, oh, you guys aren't related. But then you know what? That guy, I think we're in a similar boat because he lost Super Bowl. I'm probably gonna lose the election.
Oh,
That's why I also wanted Aaron Rodgers because I was like, this guy is also a loser. We gotta unite, and together we're stronger together. So
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah. So
Bring the losers together.
they are.
yeah,
But if you do get elected with Nicole, she's pretty hot.
yeah.
I know when she becomes vice president, I'll be touching myself.
Oh, geez. Well, can you say that without the vice president? Is that disrespectful? I don't know. Well, I got she's not vice president yet, so you can say it now, buddy. But when we get there, you better not be talking about
All
my
right.
my crew like that.
No, that's a good guy. Sticking up for his vice
Yeah,
presidential.
That's true.
That's the integrity we need in the White House.
I think Trump would do that. Trump threw his boy under the bus. Trump was like, yeah, guys, go kill him. Like, like I would never say that about any of my people.
That's right. Yeah, he did kind of push Pence out the front door on January 6th. Like, good luck.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this guy sucks. I never liked him, guys. Hey, sorry. So
Oh shit.
yeah. So
All right, enough with the ruse. We're
yeah,
talking to Martin Phillips, the comedian.
Let's the man. But
what's going on?
I'm sure on audio, people are like the audio only format of this. People are probably like, what the fuck? Really?
wow, that's awesome.
For a minute there, we thought it was actually RFK Jr.
So how cool you got to meet the man on Friday night, huh?
Yeah, I was hanging out backstage. He was there. Yeah, he didn't stay the whole show. I think he was probably there for like maybe 15 or 20 minutes. But of course, I had to, get the pick. And I told him, I was like, yeah, people say we sound alike, and he agreed. And that was basically the conversation. But we did meet, and he did agree that we sounded similar, and that was good enough for me. He's
Heck
got
yeah.
yeah, he was kind of a weird guy. He kind of was like a politician. He was just kind of like around. I don't know. I didn't really get in his personality in depth. It was
Yeah.
some guy,
Yeah, having a politician backstage at a comedy show has got to be a little weird.
But you got a stamp of approval, so that's what all that matters.
Right.
Yeah. So hopefully, I don't know. I don't support any candidate. I'm just saying I sound like him. I'm just in it for the joke. So
Right.
if it helps him, I think good for him. But either way, this is not my endorsement or anything.
Yeah, let's get that clear.
We don't want to.
Yeah,
Nobody's endorsing anybody
Nobody's
here.
getting in
Yeah,
trouble.
We are not a political podcast by any means.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
So we want to.
That's the most politics we have talked in
That's true.
170 episodes. So
Oh, hell yeah, nice.
But let's get back to you and your comedy and your
Okay.
how it's taken off now. Being on Kill Tony, that's amazing. That's some hilarious stuff you got on there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's been good. I moved to Austin right around the time the show itself really skyrocketed, because I first got on like, I don't know, maybe like 5 years ago. And, people kind of knew me, but then since last summer, it's like millions of views. And they get an RFK Jr., they get post up. So now it's like, dang, like
yeah,
I've been doing it for, a few years. And it's been like, whatever. But now it's like it's like a big deal. And I'm like, oh, I've been doing it for, a minute. But yeah, it's cool.
when did you actually start? You started in DC, right?
Yeah. I've been in DC for a while. I started around college. Then,
okay.
Yeah. I went to George Mason University.
Okay.
Which may sound familiar.
Spoilers, yeah.
If you know of the 2006 NCAA basketball Final Four.
Wait, were you on the team?
No, but that's our claim to fame. That's our claim to fame. We're the first mid-major to do that. So, and we will never do it again. But anyway, DC. Then after college, I moved back home to Virginia Beach for like a year and a half or so.
Okay.
Then I just moved back to DC, and I was up there for like, I don't know, maybe like 7 years or so. So mainly, I've been up there the most. But
Is there good?
I would imagine that's where you could get the most comedy. I mean, just by living in DC.
I think it's funny people say that, and I know I did that whole RFK Jr. thing, but really the comedy itself is kind of apolitical too. I mean, most people are probably more like liberal, but most of the jokes they do aren't really about politics.
Yeah.
So
A little too close to home.
Yeah, they don't want to get killed. Anyways,
yeah.
So you moved to Texas. Where in? Well, you don't have to tell where in because we don't want your fans mobbing you. But how
they see me out. I'm in Austin. I'm wherever the show is. So I moved to Austin.
where the hot that's where the hot comedy places are now. So
Yeah, it's just hot in general.
How was the scene in DC? How was the comedy scene? Is it comparable to Austin, or is Austin head and shoulders above it?
They're probably, I don't know. I mean, I guess in Austin, there's like bigger shows and bigger names show up. But DC has plenty of shows too. Like
Okay,
they have all the shows all the time. But yeah, maybe yeah, they're not as big as the
sure.
shows down here. So there's some good shows.
But when you
So
were coming up in DC, were you able to do mics like most nights of the week? Could you go out? I mean, was there?
yeah, even now you can do that. In
Okay,
DC, yeah, DC there's mics like yeah every night, and there's mics every night here. It's just you might try, you might get actual drop-ins,
yeah,
Austin in DC. Not too many people like drop in and whatnot. So,
sure, sure.
but, yeah.
Nice.
So when you started in comedy, what possessed you to start to say I'm going up there and not give a fuck?
Yeah, I think people want this to be a more interesting story, but it's not. I just thought it was funny and always aspired to do it. And then I moved to an area where, like DC, a city where there, was a lot of comedy. So I just tried it out and went for it.
And how long before that were you writing jokes, or how long have you been
Yeah,
thinking? How long did you think you were funny?
no, I probably, thought about it when I was in high school and stuff. And yeah, thought about jokes. I used to write down jokes. I didn't perform them, but I did have jokes written down, which all were, I think, not good because I had never done stand up before. So I don't think I understood, how to write a joke. I was just writing out ideas or whatnot. But then when I finally started, I did have a whole, pages of material to
Hmm.
try out. So it
Sure.
kind of, I don't, yeah, so anyway, it did kind of help in a way. But yeah, for a couple of years, high school and stuff, the guy always aspired to be a comedian.
Did you ever get the reaction of people like talking to you and then you're busting jokes? There was a reaction kind of, hey,
I mean,
didn't expect you to make fun of stuff.
I was always like a funny guy with my friends and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't think it was too surprising for people.
How do you write comedy? Are you one who sits down and actually puts pen to paper, or do you kind of write on stage?
Well, I kind of just like think of stuff. So, I mean, I don't necessarily schedule a time,
Yeah.
but then I think of stuff throughout the day, and then maybe I'll write down the idea, and then if I have a show, I'll try it out. So.
Do you have anybody that you bounce stuff off of that you trust to tell you
Uh,
be honest about, yep, that's funny, that's not funny.
yeah, I have some friends and stuff who also do comedy too. Yeah, I have friends like Cole and stuff like that. So yeah,
Okay.
they're pretty. Yeah, they're. I think we have similar sense of humors and yeah, it works good.
So Kill Tony came to Washington D.C. and
Yeah.
you got pulled out of the bucket. You actually performed twice on that night. Weren't there like two shows and you performed twice?
Yeah, at two shows, I went to the first one and got picked, and it went so well that they invited me to stay and do the second show. So,
That's an
yeah,
honor. That's an honor right there.
yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was a good appearance. Yeah, it was really good. It
So
was
how
fun.
long after that one was it before you were back on the show? And did you go out to LA to get on or
So no, I never actually went to when they were in LA,
okay.
but he said like, oh yeah, let me know when you're in town and I'll get you up. So I looked at their schedule and I think it was, I don't know, maybe a month and a half, 2 months or something. They were in Pittsburgh. And
Oh,
that's like from DC, it's like, yeah, I mean like 4 hours, 3.5. So I just thought I might be there, and I drove up there and did that. And then I was gonna try to do it more, and maybe fly out to LA, but then pandemic happened, so but they did some like online Zoom type shows. I did get to do that.
Okay.
Oh,
And then they moved and everything. And then it took me, I don't know, maybe I went out to Austin to do the show before the mothership. I think it was like a year and a half later I went out to do that. And then yeah, 2 years later I moved out here. So yeah.
Nice. And you are an official golden ticket winner. Anybody who watches Kill Tony knows what that is. You can choose to perform. I mean, we talked to we had Rick Diaz on and talked to him a little bit about it. And I know that the golden ticket sometimes you can't. I mean, you may want to perform, but there's so many golden ticket winners now. Can you get on whenever you want?
I mean, theoretically, usually I choose like oh, I probably wait like a month or a month and a half or something and hit him up just to space it out a little bit, just not to do it too much. And then he'll either say yay or nay. And only one time he said no, only because I think the show was really packed with a lot of guests and whatnot. But
Sure.
yeah, just hit him up, hit Tony up, and he usually goes like, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So you kind of wait, and you kind of wait until you've got a minute. Kind of, will you
Uh,
write a specific minute for the show and kind of work it out on stage, and then bring it to Kill Tony?
I just go through my jokes and I go, okay, what would go well? So it's not necessary. Yeah, I don't really write a minute for the show. I might be working on certain jokes at the moment, but I can the minute I'm not too worried about. I know I can do the minute.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, when should I go on? I just I don't want. I don't know. I know I can go on whenever I want. Again, theoretically, but still, I try to not, step on any toes. It's gotta space
push
it
it too
out.
much? Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Push it too much. So yeah. So I usually get myself a month and a half difference.
Sure. Yeah.
And in
So
between that, are you doing a bunch of open mics? Are you touring with anybody or anything like
uh
that?
yeah, I do shows around here. I go I yeah, tour, not particularly with anybody. If I'm able, I can go back home to the East Coast and headline shows around there. That I'm getting on other shows. Me and Keith, the other Golden Ticket guy, we're doing some shows together in Florida this summer. So I do travel around, just headlining my own stuff from time to time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty cool.
So how'd you get involved? Did you start writing jokes for others? I see that you won an award for the Cleveland Comedy Festival for
Oh,
writing. Was that strictly writing or was that performing as well?
yeah, that was just me. They just that was just me doing stand up, and they liked my jokes, so they gave me best writer.
Okay.
So my jokes I was telling, but
Okay.
they thought they were really good, even though I didn't win best comedian. I just
Oh,
won best writer. So there was a best in show award, which I didn't win, but they still liked my jokes well
okay.
enough to give me best writer. So
Sounds like the New York or the Westminster Dog Show. You gotta raise your tail and grab you by the nuts or what?
exactly.
Best in show. Wait,
Yeah.
speaking of nuts, did you see Ari Shafir's nuts the other night?
Dude, I saw everything. I saw
Jesus Christ. I've only
the
heard tales of those things.
Ah,
My God.
whole package there. So
have you been able to get it out of your mind since? It's
uh,
scarred.
I definitely know how it looks like now. I definitely am aware of how it looks.
I mean, there's a lot of those things in comedy that get talked about a lot. And obviously Ari's nuts are one of them. And I'd heard a lot of people talk about him, but that was the first time I got the opportunity to see him. And whew,
That man has no shame.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not the first. I know he's pulled it out before on this
Yeah.
show, but this was everything.
so when you were growing up and getting into comedy, did you have favorite? Who were kind of some of your favorites when you were getting into comedy?
I grew up with during when I was a kid, they actually showed comedy on Comedy Central,
Oh, way
so
back.
that way back when they had stand up all the time. All right. I always watch stand up and whatnot, Comedy Central or whatever shows. There's a bunch of people I saw all the time. So I was already knew comedy pretty well. And yeah, it was there's so much out there. But I guess there's a lot out there now, but back then it was just like you could just turn on the TV and they showed you. I didn't have to like pick or anything.
Sure, yeah, you could watch all of them, yeah, for
all day
sure.
long. Yeah.
It was in the heyday when Comedy Central was putting out all those specials and all those shows. Yeah, there was a lot of stand up to view.
Yeah.
Is there anybody on the panel that you get a little extra nervous for?
The shows I've been on, the craziest show, he's not a comedian, but Post Malone was insane. That was pretty insane.
Yeah.
I still think that probably ranks up there with the craziest guest. I missed out. I was not on the Tony Hawk episode, but also pretty insane. I know those aren't comedians, but most comedians they have on are pretty cool, and I haven't felt too weird around or anything. But yeah, these bigger guests were like, oh dude.
Yeah, I get that. I would imagine that like comedians are comedians, so you're used to hanging out without the comedians. But when you get a guy like Post Malone on there,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
That's big. Yeah.
I mean that's a guy who's got what 27 million followers on Instagram. I mean, he's everywhere.
Do no wrong. So now he's like in your phone and you text him and say, hey, let's go party all the time.
What's up, Posty?
Yeah, well, he's not quite that, but
Next time.
he recognized me when I saw him last week, so he remembered. So
He truly looks like the nicest guy in the world.
yeah, he's really nice, cool guy.
I mean, he's like almost too nice to be on Kill Tony. Watching him on the live just on Friday, like he's got his head down most of the time. He just doesn't want to get into the fray.
It's a weird guess, I guess. But,
Yeah.
he makes it work.
Yeah,
But I think a lot of those people they enjoy it so much, and then they're, hey, come on. They're like, why wouldn't I go on? You know, I'm not going to contribute a whole lot, but that's cool. It's cool, and it gives you guys a chance to meet, somebody out of the ordinary.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty cool.
Nice. So when is the battle between you and Aaron going to happen on Kill Tony?
Bill, I don't know. I think we both don't want to do that. We're both like, nah, but we're fine with just just shitting on each other in general. But we don't need to make it a whole battle of that. That was Rick and Han's thing.
It's played out now. It did its thing. But I figure with as much as Tony seems to like wrestling, that he likes creating these little beefs.
Yeah, I
Seems like it.
Yeah.
I don't want all the beef or anything, so I'm good. I think even Aaron told me that if they suggested that he would decline, so I was like, okay, I'll decline.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
maybe he just told me that. Maybe if it didn't happen, he'd switch on me.
He's working behind your back, that motherfucker.
Yeah, like a true heel. He's out there backstabbing. But no, I think we're cool with just poking fun and making jokes, but I don't want to do all that.
Yeah.
A little more mellow. So in your spare time, I see you're used to the podcast because you have one of your own. We'd like to talk about that. You've been doing it for quite a while. Starts with your comedy, right?
Yeah, it's been a minute. We've been out here, yeah.
So how did you get into that? And I guess it started and it seems like it shifted, and we'll get into your new, I guess, format with the Isn't It Romantic? But it started just with your comedy?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, we did okay. So originally I did a podcast a few years ago. It was just me and we bring on guests and actually we did it actually on community radio.
Oh,
and
wow.
then we switched to the podcast because we didn't last on community radio, but
Did you get kicked off for some of the things you were saying?
it's the whole thing. But
All right.
Don't,
It's
right
it's
now.
still in the legal department. We can't talk about it.
Still fun though to say.
Yeah, we were doing the podcast, just hanging out and all that. But then the other, and that podcast, all the iterations, we gotta stop doing that because we both have stuff going on. So the podcast now is the romantic didn't start. It also is in like a different um edition because we started actually because I used to watch um start as a podcast about The Bachelor, and the
Oh,
friend I did the other podcast with was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do a podcast about The Bachelor." Then that's how I did the second podcast with the person I do the current podcast with, Jenny, and
Yeah.
so we started with The Bachelor, and we started um like at the beginning of 2020. Then we did it for like a year. We both got tired of The Bachelor. And we ended that. We switched to do movies. And so the idea is, I mean, we don't always do rom-coms, but either take like the rom-com and we look at it and analyze it as is it as romantic as we think it is, or we take a movie out of left field and be like, yeah, this movie is way more romantic than people take credit for. So that's the only one I do now is the intimate romantic one. And we switched in like early 2021. So we've been doing this
wow.
for a while.
All right. So let's.
Go ahead.
I want to ask. I want to ask first of all, what's the romantic comedy that's the least romantic, and what's the movie out of left field that surprised you with the most romance?
Uh, the movie I suggested, one of the early ones that I said it was romantic, one of my favorites is Goodfellas. You know, they really stick together. They really loved each other. They really, did
Uh,
stuff with another.
That's true. Romance doesn't have to be man-woman
no,
sexual
no,
relationship. We need bromance in there.
kill for each other. That's pretty
Oh
romantic.
no, I mean Henry and his wife love
Oh,
each
okay.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean the dudes have love for each other too. But I was actually talking about Henry and his wife. But yeah, and they all love each other there. I mean, till a certain point, I guess.
until you shoot each other, but that's
Yeah.
Henry had a ratted everybody out.
what
But yeah,
what what prompted you to do The Bachelor? Did you to make fun of it, or did you really love it to say I want to talk about this show that I love?
during the time I did like I had been watching it for a couple of years. But I'll be honest, I still kind of catch it every now and then. But to be honest, after you watch it enough, it's like every season's like the same. It's really even with the old they did like the older Bachelor, it's literally like the same story so much. And
Look,
sure,
look, I've had ladies in my life who made me watch it. Made me watch it.
Yep.
So I get you. It can be entertaining.
yeah, so it's it's probably it's probably stuff. But yeah, it's entertaining. After a while, you're like, and it's a big field. There's a lot of Bachelor podcasts out there.
That's true. So
You
then you
know,
said, let's switch it up.
Well, I want to know.
Let's go to something else.
I want to know. Did you do Bachelors in Paradise in the summer?
No,
no, we actually took the summer off.
Okay.
We did,
so
but
they can concentrate on just watching.
what we did do though, in during the actual pandemic, they had this Bachelor singing show where like the men and women were singers and they became duet partners and romantic partners. I forgot exactly what it was called, but they have never not done it since. But
Wow.
we did that and it was pretty terrible.
That's why they've done it since.
Yeah, so in the summer we did a couple episodes with movies, and that's how we made the transition
Okay.
the new podcast. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, and that's where I was going with it. So we're done with the Bachelor, we're done with the Singing Bachelor or whatever the hell
Yeah,
that was,
yeah.
and we want to go to another movie. Who
Yeah.
picked the romantic rom-coms, and why didn't you be like, is that your
We-
favorite genre of movie, or as opposed to like, let's do action movies?
Well, yeah, like I said, sometimes I can pick something I like out of left field. It's not exactly always romantic. It was just yeah, it was a great title, a great idea. Is the
Yeah.
romantic? So I was like, I mean, yeah, maybe a lot of times I don't care for the film, but usually we both pick something. Either I'm like, okay, we go back and forth. So it's a fair system of
Yeah.
what
I got to
each
tell you, one opinion I agree with you on. I saw you talking about Wicked, the movie coming out, and you think it's going to suck, and I agree with you 100%.
see Jenny doesn't, but Jenny is a big musical fan.
Well, I am too. That's why I think it's going to suck, because I love it in the theater.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm surprised she didn't think it was gonna suck, but yeah, I'm not behind it either. It does not look good, but
I think
maybe
she's wishful thinking it a little
Yeah,
bit.
I was
I
gonna
think
say
that's
she
it.
wants it to be great.
I think she has a long history of wicked fandom that she doesn't wanna accept. It might not be good.
It's like all us dudes who
Quite
wanted
yet.
all us dudes
Yeah.
who wanted Top Gun Maverick to be good.
Yeah,
I want that to be a musical. So
It kind of was.
I did see how you did. So she's into musicals, so she loves
she,
Broadway or plays.
yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. We actually made our we've seen some shows together, and I've seen the shows myself. Yeah, I go out. I'm pretty cultured, you know.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
go out and watch something.
so I did see on one of your episodes, Jagged Little Pill, which I know isn't a movie.
We saw that. That's the Alanis musical. We did see that. Yes.
So give me a quick review on that, and what
Yeah.
did you think of it? Because I heard about it, and it's kind of silent now. I don't know if it's still going or not. So what was your take on it?
Well, it's like the story is kind of like one of those stories where it's like suburban American family where there's more going on underneath, yeah. They're going through all these different issues or whatnot, you
Hmm.
know, yeah, the mom's like addicted to like painkillers or whatnot, and I think they have like they adopted like a well they adopted out she's they're white, she's black, so then they have those racial issues of
Okay.
connecting, and then I think the brother or something had a friend who was like accused of like sexual assault or something. So pretty heavy stuff.
Wow.
I thought this
Yeah,
was just about Alanis Morissette.
I thought it
no,
was
no,
about
no,
her
no,
breakup and crying and going down on guys
no.
and moving
No,
on. I don't know.
see, sometimes they take an artist's music and they just do the story of the artist. But this one, they're like, go to a whole other story. So it's like, the big issues today and whatnot. It was,
Okay.
They were going to do it the other way, but Dave Coulier threatened to sue.
So
yeah,
I'm assuming though every song from the album was throughout the play.
yes, from that album. Yeah. So they
Okay.
all of them, yeah.
Would you
So
recommend it? Because I'm a huge Alanis fan.
yeah, you should see it if you like the music. It's fine.
It's fine. That means no.
I mean,
That means if you like the music,
yeah,
sure.
I'm not like the biggest Alanis Morissette fan, but shit, but it was cool.
All right. All right.
So now we got to get what's the biggest bullshit romantic
Yeah.
comedy then?
Oh, okay. What I didn't like, I really don't like You Got Mail. It's a terrible story. It's like, yeah, this big business guy, just takes her bookstore out of business. They end up together. It's like, yeah, it was like this, it doesn't seem cool. Yeah, that's terrible. He
Or
tries
realistic. Yeah.
yeah, it is. I mean, it's realistic, but it's like, yeah, big business wins. Capitalism just takes it. And it's kind of a bummer because for a small business, just
Right?
yeah, and he's supposed to be like, is this really a good love story? And this guy, this was their family bookstore for years, and yeah, and she just doesn't care that he drives him out of business and falls for it. And it's like, I don't know, I was really upset about yeah.
I always felt as a romantic comedy and that was bullshit because the guy was an asshole was Sideways.
Yeah, we haven't done Sideways, and
So
it's been, I've seen Sideways. I know what you're talking about. The not Paul Giamatti as well.
yeah, no,
That guy,
Paul. He
yeah,
was an asshole. How
yeah,
did she would have never fallen in love with that guy? He's an asshole.
he cheats on his fiance at the entire film, right? Like,
Yeah. Well, there's
that,
a suggestion for that you could critique.
yeah. So,
That always
yeah,
bothered me.
yeah, I can get that. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen Sideways, but I
Me
remember.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're like, I have no idea what you're talking
I
about.
don't even know what movie you're talking
Didn't they
about.
just drink wine and
bad.
Oh,
They
that's
that was
that
it?
movie, the wine movie?
Yeah.
wine movie. Yeah, they go to the Napa
The
Valley.
whole Merlot thing and
I don't know.
I mean, it was a fine movie, but they ended up together. And anyways, he should have never fallen for him. But that's my
Yeah,
thing. I mean, give me the good old 80s romantic comedies. That's what I like.
yeah,
16 Candles,
yeah.
where they fall in love in high school because they're going to be together forever.
Those also don't age too well. There's always a scene or two in like an '80s teen comedy or something where like, "Ew,
You
that's
don't think Long Duck Dong would be a character these days?
exactly, yeah, that." I think in 16 Candles, there's like a weird scene where it's like implied date rape or something. It's
It wasn't.
really
It was more than implied. It was
okay.
there. It was there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. There, yeah. Even though, hey, I mean, John Hughes is great, but some stuff, so it's different time, I guess.
Different.
Different times. That's right.
Uh,
And I mean, not to say, but I would love to see like a sequel of Where is Long Duck Dong today?
That's true.
oh yeah,
I'd like to see a movie about
He's
just
still
him.
he's still acting.
Oh,
You
yeah.
still see him out there.
I don't think they could do that
they,
sequel thing there.
I
they would have to rename him and be like,
no. If Kill Tony is teaching us anything, it's
Yeah,
that shit is okay again. We know it's meant to be a joke. It's not. We're not taking this seriously.
yeah, sure, okay. I won't be involved, but
he's treading water nicely. All right, we got it.
So do you still do any substitute teaching?
yeah, I'm still doing it at the
What
school.
do the kids say to you about being on Kill Tony?
I don't think too many are aware. I think there's probably more teachers
Hmm.
who talk about it, but everyone's pretty cool about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been fine.
Nice.
So you don't come into the classroom, start roasting the little bastards.
No, I usually keep to myself. Yeah, no, I'm nah.
All right. That's understandable. I guess that's understandable. But
Yeah,
all right.
So
yeah,
I apologize because I haven't watched the second night of the Kill Tony Live. Did you perform the second night?
yeah. I'm on the second night. Well,
Oh,
I'm not.
okay.
Yeah, so you can see me there.
Nice.
And
I gotta watch that. I wasn't able to watch it live, so I watched the 10th I actually watched today, but I was gonna watch the second one. So
cool. Yeah.
nice. So how was that? That was at the YouTube theater?
Yeah, it's YouTube Theater in the which is like right next to SoFi Stadium.
Oh
So
shit. Okay.
yeah, it's like right there. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. So how'd that go for you?
Oh yeah, it was a good performance. So yeah, everything was good. Yeah.
Nice.
Everything is good. There you
Nice.
go.
Yeah, well, everything went well. So I cannot
So
complain.
have you had any bad experiences with hecklers at comedy live shows, and how do you handle those guys?
Nothing I couldn't control or anything. So it's all been pretty good. Nothing too great. I think one time there might
Mhm.
have been some really drunk guy who like stepped onto the stage. I don't know if he was trying to fight or anything, but people quickly like got him out of the room. But he was pretty drunk.
Yeah.
I, I think I called him out on being drunk or whatnot, and it
Do you do a
was
lot of crowd work? That's, I guess, where some of the.
not particularly too much, but I'm able to, maybe say something, but I don't do too much crowd work myself.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I could. I just more just don't like talking to people. So, uh,
So thank you for coming on the podcast.
probably,
we what's next? Where are you? I mean, what do you got coming up? What's
yeah,
Who's
I
the next person you're going to talk to that you don't
uh,
enjoy?
no, well, like I said, I haven't announced all of them yet, but I do have some tour dates in June going back to DC, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. We have something in Delaware at the end of the month. I'll be in Florida. So
Hmm.
once all they have built all the shows on their websites, but once everything's there, I'll do it this week or next week. But yeah, I'll be there, be out of town, away from us then for most of June.
oh
And
good.
then, yeah, and then I might be, we're trying to confirm this too, might be in Canada for like mid-July for like a week or so. And then in August, we have those MSG shows,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it's looking like right now. But I will announce it, people, to stick to it, stay tuned. I'll have all of the shows out there.
Do you get nervous for the big shows like the MSG? How's the stage? Do you
Uh,
get stage fright?
Uh, uh, I mean, it's definitely like fucking insane. I'll be in Madison Square Garden, like
Wow.
absolutely. Um, I'm probably like I'm only doing the Kill Tony like 1 minute interview thing, so I'm probably if I was doing like my own hour at the Forum or MSG, I'd probably be a little more anxious about it. But this one's a little bit lower stakes, to be honest. It's just cool
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be there. Just to, like I wasn't on the forum show, but yeah, I was at the forum hanging out, and that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. But yeah,
So you mentioned your announcements and everything. Where Tell
oh
everybody where they can go find the
yeah,
best place to
yeah.
get your shows.
Exactly. It's like, well, Martin Phillips. So if you go to martinphillipscomedy.com, I have like an email list you can sign up for. And then I'll send out the email about all the shows I have going on. And again, just on Instagram, Martin Phillips Comedy. I'll probably post stuff out there, the upcoming shows and yeah, stuff like that.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was great meeting you, man.
You too.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Next president of the country, by the way.
Yeah, we had him first.
Yeah, right here.
Thank you for listening. The tavern is closed for now, but we'd love to have you back for more fun next time. Seriously, though, get your asses out of here.